I'm going to break down how I made $23,000 in the last 28 days from one YouTube channel, and I have multiple of them. $23,000 in the last 28 days, just working 30 minutes a day, every single day on this YouTube channel. One of my students actually gave me this idea. I was about to walk out the door to go get some things done. Then one of my students, shout out to Isaiah, sent me this message saying, hey man, can you break down in a video how you make 23K, how do you make this much money in just 30 minutes a day working on your YouTube channels? And I'm going to literally break down my entire workflow. It's super simple. You can do the same exact thing. It's very simple. It's just not easy to actually execute on these things. That's why people like Isaiah and my other students just hop inside of my coaching program so I can kind of set up the workflows for them, get the freelancers in their channels for them and stuff like that. Just makes it a whole lot easier for them so they don't have to go through the years or months and months and months of trial and error. They can just get this same thing done in a few weeks. But in this video, I'm going to break down my entire workflow. But before we get into that, let me show you some proof, some evidence that I'm actually making, $23,000 in the last 28 days. It's crazy to me that I actually have to prove that, because if I was going to lie about a number, I would lie about a number that's a lot higher than 23,000, but I'll show you the proof anyway, and I'll give you a couple of refreshes real quick. So here is the YouTube studio for the same channel that I made my last video on when I broke down to making 15K in a month, and I actually broke down the tactics behind everything that I do, the science behind everything. So if you want to know, all the science behind the 5 T's, the topics, titles, thumbnails, timing, tenacity, all that stuff, then go ahead and check out the last video that I posted. It also breaks down how to choose the perfect niche for yourself, all of that stuff. But here you can see the dashboard. You can see it's live updating. There's literally, I don't know if there's a way I can fake this, but you can see this number right here is live updating. I don't know how to fake this. And if I was going to fake it, I would fake it for a number that's a lot higher than 23K. Like, I don't know. If you guys don't believe this, then I don't really know what to tell you. It only has 34,000 subscribers. So that's why the number is as low as 23,000, but I'm hoping to build that up, quite a bit here in the next few months, in the next few weeks. I'll give you a refresh or two. It's loading kind of slow today, so hopefully it pops back up. There's one refresh, and let me do one more so you can, make sure. Any skeptics out there, I don't know what else to tell you. If you still don't believe it, then it's just a lost cause. You're never going to believe it. You're never going to be open-minded enough to make this kind of money online. Anyway, let's get into the actual value of this, and I'm going to break down my workflow on how I get this done in just 30 minutes a day and why I'm able to be so successful with this. So you're probably thinking that I'm going to break down some super elaborate way that I go about doing this stuff, but it's really pretty simple. I don't do anything that wild, that crazy when it comes to this workflow. It's just not that crazy. So I do have a lot of people in place. There's this thing called leverage that I use quite a bit. I have money. I don't have that much time. And even if I did have a lot of time and a lot of money, I would always choose to spend the money. It just makes sense. One of those resources between time and money is renewable, and one of them is very, very finite, and the most valuable thing that you have as a human being is your time. So I don't know why you would ever choose to spend your time figuring things out, doing things yourself, whenever you could pay someone to either teach you how to do these things, or you can just hire someone to do the things for you once you actually understand. That's where a lot of people go wrong. They get into YouTube, they get into YouTube automation, they're sold this dream that all you have to do is go hire cheap freelancers from India, get them to do the work for you, and you're just going to blow your YouTube channel up and make a ton of money. They go in without not having the knowledge on how to actually do these things themselves. So when they get bad products back from the freelancers and from the people that they hired, they're horrible products and they have no idea. And then they end up not growing their channels, not making any money. And then they blame it on YouTube. They blame it on the business model instead of blaming it on themselves for not actually investing in their own education. And there's two ways you can go about it. You can either go through the blood, sweat, and tears, the trial and error, the years and years of figuring it out yourself, or you can just pay someone to teach you. And then once you know how to make the money on your own, you reinvest that money back into hiring people. And it's just another form of leverage. So for me personally, I only hire people from within my program, the Creator Cartel. I only hire people from within there. So if you're inside of there and you ever want a job, on a YouTube automation channel, you ever want to partner with me, that's always something that I'm looking for. I'm always messaging people, throwing out messages in the group saying, hey, I'm looking for this position. Anybody want to earn some extra money? And I only hire from within because I trust those people. Those people understand my systems, and I have a very unique situation in that sense because those people understand my philosophy on things, and they're really bought into my systems because I've taught them how to make a bunch of money with their channels. So it's only, it makes sense, logical sense that they're bought into my systems now, and they're bought into my philosophy, my way of doing things. So here's the actual workflow itself. It's very, very simple. So the first part of the process is hired out to one of my friends. Her name's Casey. She's inside of Creator Cartel. Like I said, I only hire from within Creator Cartel when it comes to freelancers and people who are running my channels. I literally only hire from within Creator Cartel. It's a really great situation because all of those people are highly trained on how YouTube works. They understand it on a very, very deep level because I've trained them myself. And they're also very bought into my processes because they have worked for those people as well. So they're super bought in and they know exactly what I want. So it's really great. So I hired my friend Casey to bring me ideas and topics because I just don't have time for that. I don't care enough to be scouring Twitter and YouTube all day to find these topics for this channel. So I have Casey, and she just kind of brings me volume every day. She's just bringing me volume. I'm sifting through and finding the gold. And she understands, you know, she could probably just bring me gold, but I don't want to miss anything. So I tell her, just bring me volume. I'll sift through. I'll find the gold because I trust myself more than anyone to find the gold. I think I'm probably the best at choosing video topics that can go viral. That's the first part of the workflow. It's just Casey, somebody who I've hired from within Creator Cartel to bring me these ideas, bring me these topics because I don't have time to do that. I just don't. The next part is going to be the actual recording of the videos. And this is going to be something that I do as well. It's very rare that I'll record the videos myself. The only channels that I record videos myself on are this current one, Justin Does YouTube, that I'm posting this video on, that I'm recording right now, or the Justin Reloaded channel that I'm making 23K a month with 30 minutes of work a day. Those are the only two channels that I'm ever appearing on camera or on microphone on the videos, right? Those are the only two channels that I do that for, that I record my own videos. The rest of them are hired out to voiceover artists and things like that, people from within Creator Cartel to record them for me. And then obviously after you record, the next natural step is the editing portion of this. And I actually do my own editing for this as well. This is the only channel that I do my own editing for. And the only reason why is because it takes me literally 2 seconds to edit these videos. A lot of them, I don't have to edit them hardly at all because I don't stutter or I don't mess up. I don't say something that I didn't want to say, whatever. But if I do stutter, if I do mess up, if I do have a portion that I know for a fact I want to cut out, I'm recording the video with that in mind. So whenever there is a portion of the video that I know I want to cut out in the editing room, I pause for a good 10 seconds to show myself in the future in the editing room, in the editing software, that there's a big pause on the audio file. And whenever you see that flat line, basically I'm just going in and I'm not looking for anything. I'm adjusting the audio level just a bit. I'm adjusting the EQ a bit, but it's the same thing. I have presets for both of those. And then I'm looking for the flat lines in the audio file, and that's it. And I'm just going in, looking for those flat lines, editing those, because that just tells me where the stutters are, where the mess ups are, where the parts that I want to edit out are. And if there's no flat lines, then I know it's all good to go. So I look for the flat lines, edit those out real quick, render the video, it's good. And it takes me like a total of 2.5 minutes or something like that. So the recording takes me about 15 max. And then the editing takes me about like 2, maybe let's just call it 5. And then the next step would obviously be thumbnails. But I don't do this in this exact order. So once I get a good couple of topics from Casey, I'll relay that over to the thumbnail artist as soon as I get them, which by the way is outsourced to someone from Creator Cartel. Once again, I only hire from within there because I just trust those people the most. So shout out to Josiah for hooking me up with this thumbnail artist. Basically what I did was I got pretty lucky with this one, I'm not gonna lie. So Josiah is a member of Creator Cartel and he's absolutely crushing it. He has his own agency where he, you know, edits people's videos and you know, makes thumbnails for them, all that stuff. And he's been a very, very valuable connection to have. When I went into this niche, what I did was I looked at the top channels and, you know, I practice what I preach. This is what I tell everyone to do. I looked at the top channels and I said, I need to get like these guys. I need to make thumbnails like them. I need to title my videos, choose topics like them. So what did I do? I went and asked my connections from within that niche, and shout out to Josiah once again. And I actually hired someone who's a former thumbnail artist for a couple of the top channels in that niche that I wanted to emulate. So now I have a guy who literally used to make those thumbnails. He understands the ins and outs of those top channels within my niche, and he understands my systems because his, you know, the person who runs his agency is a Creator Cartel member. So it's a perfect fit, and he's absolutely crushing it, dude. He's absolutely crushing the game 100%. So basically the workflow so far, I'll get an idea or topic from Casey. I'll relay that directly to the thumbnail artist as soon as I feel like it's a video that I'm going to, you know, make a video on. And by the way, I'm going to reveal the the pricing for all this stuff, how much all this costs at the end of the workflow discussion to kind of give you an idea of the profits. And just a little spoiler, it's really, really good profit margins, surprisingly. You know, a lot of people think you have to hire super cheap freelancers from India to get these profit margins. You don't. You just have to know what you're doing. That's the key. Most people don't know what the hell they're doing. You have to know what you're doing if you want good profit margins and good results. You just have to. So once I get a good idea or topic from Casey, I send it over to my thumbnail artist, Josiah or Tyler, who is the actual thumbnail artist himself. And then I get to recording the videos. I edit it myself. By that time, the thumbnail is probably finished. And then there's only one thing left to do at that point, and that would be to actually upload the video, follow the best practices, follow the 5 T's, topics, titles, thumbnails, timing, tenacity, all best practices. If you want to know an actual breakdown of all of that, go check out, you know, the video that I posted prior to this one, where I give you the actual tactics themselves. Uploading the video takes maybe 5-10 minutes max, and then you're done. You just schedule it to upload and you're ready to go. Now, there are certain things that I don't reveal on YouTube for free. It would just be disrespectful to the people who pay me to get into the program. It would just be disrespectful, and I understand that's going to probably piss people off. There are some secrets that I do want to gatekeep, though. Like, you would be surprised at how many people actually try to copy me word for word, bar for bar. Let me actually go pull up one of my tweets from yesterday. I wasn't planning on doing this, but let me go pull up one of my tweets from yesterday. I don't actually run my own Twitter, by the way, so a lot of this stuff is not posted by me. So here's the tweet that I tweeted out yesterday, and it's just proof. Like, I've seen a ton of these, but I just tweeted out this one because I just kind of got fed up with this one. But it's proof. So there's this guy, his name's Dr. Steve Turley, and you can see his title was posted 45 minutes ago at the time of this screenshot. It was like a day ago at this point. It says, Joe Rogan destroys woke Whoopi Goldberg for insane statement, right? Then you go over to my video. Joe Rogan destroys woke Whoopi Goldberg and The View Live for insane statement. And that one got 1 million views 2 days ago. People are already trying to copy me, and I've seen this a ton of times already, like with this channel, because I'm kind of the new guy on the block in that niche, and people are like, dude, this guy's crushing it. We have to copy what he's doing, which is the right mindset. Like, I'm not going to knock you for doing that. That's what I do too. But I'm not going to reveal all of my strategies for free, like all of the little intricacies, because they think the topics, titles, thumbnails, that stuff, that's the easy part. Like, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys right now. That's the easy part. They think that if they just copy my topics and my titles and thumbnails and all that stuff, then they can get the same views as me. And it's just not true. That's the easy part. And I just honestly don't want to reveal, because I just don't have to be quite honest with you guys. I just don't want to reveal the actual secrets behind this growth, because those guys are just going to straight up copy me. And then it's like, you know, what's my edge in the game? I've been doing this for like 10 plus years. For what? At that point, you know, if I just give that away for free. So to be honest with you guys, there are some things that I'm gatekeeping a little bit, because I want only Creator Cartel members to know, and I want us to take over. You know, I want only the good people who deserve that information to take over, you know, all of the spaces that they are in. And also, I don't want people within this niche to copy me, and within my other niches on YouTube to end up copying me. But after you upload the video, you put in the best practices that, you know, I described in my last video and that I teach, you know, within Creator Cartel. You upload the video, and then boom, you're ready to go. So that's like 25 minutes or 30 minutes of work every single day that I put into this channel, and it ends up yielding me, you know, $23,000 in the last 28 days for this particular month, which is, it's pretty good. You know, you can't get much better than that. It's pretty awesome, the results that I've gotten so far on this channel. Hoping to get a lot better results, you know, in the near future here. I have high hopes for it, and I hope it keeps going in the same direction. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this workflow. To kind of give you one more summary, Casey sends me topics. I choose the best ones. I go ahead and send that over to the thumbnail artist, Tyler, to make the thumbnail as fast as he can. Then I record the video. I edit the video myself. Super quick stuff, super easy stuff, low friction. And then I upload the video, and that takes, you know, a minute or two. But yeah, I just kind of keep it as low friction as possible when I'm thinking about creating YouTube videos and creating YouTube channels. If you're thinking about this yourself and you don't want to go fully automated, what I would suggest in terms of outsourcing, what I would suggest you do is you think about, like, when you think about making a YouTube video, here's what I tell people from within Creator Cartel. When they ask me, what should I outsource first? I say, it doesn't matter. Think about, when you're creating a YouTube video, which part makes you want to create the video the least? Like, where is there the most friction within your brain? And that's what you should outsource first. For me, for this one, it was thumbnails. I don't have time to sit there and make a super high quality thumbnail. I got stuff to do. And also ideating the topics. That's another thing that I outsourced as well. I don't have time to do that. I just don't. And I don't have the interest in doing it. but I do have time to record, edit, and upload and for 25-30 minutes a day. I can fit that in. So for me, so far I've outsourced thumbnails and ideas and topics. It wouldn't make sense for me to outsource editing because it takes me, 5 minutes max. It just doesn't make sense. I can't justify that financially. But to give you an idea of how much this all costs me to outsource this, I spend $2,000 every month on these freelancers. So on the topics for Casey, on thumbnails, and that's it for this channel. $2,000 a month, and I get back 23K. So that's a profit of over $21,000, like $21,300, I believe, for the last 28 days. So pretty good. That's really, really good profit margins. I'm not the best at math, so I don't know the percentage on that, but that's really good profit margins. You spend 2K, make back 23. Actually, it's going to be 21.5 that you make back. You basically have a machine now where you put in 2 and you get back 23. That's basically a 12x return on your spend, on the money that you're putting into the channel. To kind of put that into perspective, whenever people like Grant Cardone are big businessmen out there, the big, large companies, whenever they create an ad campaign or a marketing campaign where they're putting in $1 and getting back $2, the spend is empty the bank. Like that's their budget now. Like when they see, oh, we're putting in $1 and getting back 2, empty the bank account. Like literally unload everything we have into this. To put it into perspective, I'm putting in $1 and getting back 12 with literally 30 minutes of work a day, and you can do the same. It's not about just outsourcing and understanding the business model. You have to understand the intricacies of the business itself. That's the most important part. So don't let anybody sell you the dream of thinking that you can know absolutely nothing about how YouTube works. Go in and hire cheap freelancers from India and you can drive Lamborghinis like them. It's like, that's not going to work. And number 2, they've never done it themselves either. So don't let them fool you into thinking they have. Hopefully this video did give you a good idea of how I'm able to make this much money with such little time put in every single day. With that being said, I do have to go make these couple of videos for the day so I can go ahead and keep making that money grow. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. Hopefully it did help. If it did help, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you do want to book a call to see about joining Creator Cartel, you can go ahead and do that with the link in the description, or shoot me a DM over on Instagram and we can get you started if you are a good fit for the program. Of course, let me know what you guys thought. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.